Hey everyone, and welcome back to DIY with Melissa. Of course, I'm Melissa, and I'm here with a cute, fun project for you. A few people wanted to see how to put this together, so it's not something I designed on my own. It is something that's available in Design Space. It looks like Cricut may have designed it first, and others have changed it, which is really nice to see. And you'll see what I'm talking about when we move over to the computer. But there's other ways that you can personalize this camera box, and some other folks show you that. I'm going to do the basic camera box with the photographs, but I'm going to show you how to glue this little guy together. It's a little complicated, a little tricky, but it looks so cute when it's done, so it's worth a little bit of a headache that you have. And then I'm also going to show you how to size the photographs so that they fit onto like the film, I guess is what it is. This sits inside the camera box, so you can actually get it in like so. So it makes for a really cute gift to whomever you want to gift it to, as it just pulls out with the photographs just like that. How adorable. So without further ado, let's head over to the computer and get this project started. As you can see, many people have created this project. So if you search up camera box under projects, they will all come up. And honestly, I believe Cricut was the one that came up with it first, because I don't see a name under here. So my guess is this is a Cricut project that others have taken and either made changes to it or just saved it as it is, but different colors, which is nice to see because now you can see other ways that people have put this together. If your creative mind is just not working in that moment, then you can see how others have been doing it so that you can have an idea of what you want to do. So I will go with the one that I used the last time. It does tell you exactly what to do. The cardstocks that you need, you don't need to follow this to the T. You can choose any colors you want. So for instance, the light blue here is pink or green here. The white would be white for this portion, and black would also be black for this portion. And then it's your call on what color you want in the background here. The 12 by 24 cardstock that it's asking for is for this portion here. So if you don't have 12 by 24 cardstock, I would just size it down because I'll show it to you when we get to the canvas. It is actually not needed. It's just slightly over the 12-inch mark. So which means that you could potentially bring this a little bit smaller to fit on that 12 by 12 cardstock. So let's get into the canvas and get this started. I am going to click on customize because I do want to customize the project. So we'll hit customize. And this is what it looks like when you bring it into Design Space. Once it's in Design Space, it is a grouped project. So you'll want to ungroup it to be able to fiddle with the project. However, if you do want to make this fit on a 12 by 12 sheet, you will want to take the entire thing at this moment and size it down some. So you can just grab the corner here and size it down. And then when we ungroup it, you can check the size of this. And now you can see this is an 11.8 length of the project, which will work on the 12 by 12 mat. So I'll hit Control Z. I just wanted to show you if I hit make. This is the 12 by 24 size project. And as you can see, the 12 inches is just slightly over 12 inches. So I'm going to leave the project as is. It is meant for a 12 by 24 sheet, but like I said, it is just slightly over the 12-inch mark. So what we can do instead is we can grab this portion, turn it slanted, and now you can see that we are above the 11-inch mark, which means that we can cut this project on a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. You will have a bit of waste, but at least it's doable in case you're not able to get a 12 by 24 sheet of cardstock. We can do it this way instead. So let's head back over to our canvas and then I can show you how to get the photographs into Design Space and size them down for this part of the project. We will ungroup it. And now we need the photographs to fit into this portion here. How I went about doing that is I brought in a rectangle or a square that I changed into a rectangle and I resized it until it fit into this portion here. That looks pretty good to me. This is the original project that I shared with you all, and the sizing I did for my photographs was 3.15 by 2 inches. So this is just a little bit bigger than that, and I'm going to change it because it was the perfect sizing for me by 2. Oops, by 2. There we go. And voila. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in the 5 photographs that we want to add to this project by clicking on Upload, Upload Image, Browse, and you're going to browse to wherever you save your photographs or if you download it to your download folder. So I did download my photographs and I'll just grab them from here. And I'm going to make this one for my other daughter as I did the other one with for my younger one, and this is now my older daughter. I'll do this one for her. Once you grab your first photograph, you click on it and click on Open. They do have to be one of these file types, otherwise it's not going to work. We'll hit Continue. From here, if you do need to do any cleaning up, you can. If you want to remove the background, you can. My background's pretty busy, so I'm not sure it will actually clean it up nicely, but let's see what it does. And there you go. It doesn't work. So we're going to revert that. And I'm going to see if I can remove a portion, the people in the background, but I'm not too worried. And we'll hit Apply and Continue. It will be a flat graphic because we do want it to print rather than cut a black square or multiple layers. Click on Continue. And we'll click on Upload. Okay, once it's in, we're going to resize it. So we want to make it as small as possible because we want to slice this portion out of it. And I want to be able to get everything, well, get my daughter and I in the photograph. So let me go a little bit smaller. I think that looks pretty good. And we have all the heads. If you're not certain that you have everything that you need, you can change this to a pen under Operation. And now you can see there's the outline there. I hope you can see that. There's the outline that I'm placing over the photograph. So like that. We'll select both the outline and the photograph and click on Slice. Once we click on Slice, do not delete this. We will need this for the next photograph. There's your first photograph. We can delete the excess. And now this will sit here like this. I'll bring another one in. We'll hit Upload Image, Browse, and I'll grab the next photograph. A little baby, my first baby. And like I said, a flat graphic. And upload. And we'll see what this can grab. As you can see, I'm just playing around with the size of the actual photograph to ensure that this fits on nicely and it's getting the whole photograph. There we go. And that looks pretty good. Again, select both the rectangle and the photograph and click on slice. That will be deleted. We're going to keep the rectangle available and bring this in. I'm just going to quickly bring in the other photographs. What to do if you have a photograph that is not um, a rectangle like this. Mine is more of a, I guess, portrait, you would say, rather than landscape. Just resizing this down. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to make this so that it's as big as a rectangle, slightly bigger, and make sure that both of our heads fit into the photograph. Like so. We'll select both and click on slice. That's up to you. This is a very close-up shot. I'm sure she's going to hate it, but that's all right. We'll see if we find anything else. We'll grab another one. Delete that. And we need one more. But I think I might change out this one. I don't know about you, but looking back at photos of my kids when they were younger brings tears to my eyes because they're so cute. Sure, you other moms out there that might be looking at these photos are probably thinking the same thing. My baby's so cute. Not my baby, but your baby. This is an old picture. You may notice that my box that I need to use to slice is at the back each time I bring a photograph in. It's just how Cricut works. So just right click and send your photograph to the back, or right click and bring this to the front, whichever one. Be good to me. Select both and slice. I'm going to switch this one out because I know she won't like it. She'll probably be upset that I even have it on here, period. We'll just go with it. Open. That's a better one. Okay. Last photograph. And we're going to send that to the back. Select both the square or rectangle and the photo and click on slice. And now we have all the photographs in. I'm going to bring this back down. All our photographs are now in and we are ready to cut. I'm using photo paper to cut this portion, the photographs, though they'll print on photo paper. And I'm going to use this coral pink cardstock that I have. And I think I'm going to do white for this background and this background, black for this, and then I don't know. I'm going to see what I have on hand for this portion. And When I hit make, I just wanted to show you those print and cut photographs. I would hit use system dialog box when I'm printing this. Because I'm printing it on glossy photo paper, I want to tell my printer that it will be glossy. That way I'll ensure that it dries. I tend to forget. You may see that I think there was another video that I had the ink all over my hands because I forgot to set it as a glossy print job. So I'll just show you from my printer. I am using an HP printer. It looks like this. It opens this dialog box. I'll go under preferences. And under paper quality, I have photo paper or glossy paper. So which for me, I think it's glossy photo paper. So I'm going to click on glossy paper for my own. And then you can change the quality settings. My printer is a little old. And lately I've noticed that if I try to choose best, it's actually worse than better. So I've been leaving it, and I want it in color, of course. So I'm going to go ahead, get this printed. I'll meet you back at the craft table so we can put it all together. Our photos are printed, and my printer is starting to really go kaput, and I wish HP would send me another because I really love it. I've had this printer for a really, really long time, but we are not trying to purchase anything right now, so we'll have to make do with what we have. As you know, Cricut has their little arrow upwards. That's the way you're going to put it into your machine to cut. So I'm going to get these cut, and then I'll work on the cardstock portions to cut as well. Okay, everything is now cut. This is the back portion of the camera. This is the front of the camera, where the photographs will be able to go in to. These fine cuts struggle sometimes, but we got it. There we go. These are just the decor for the camera, and this is where the photographs will sit. So, don't know if I mentioned it, but everything was scored also with my Cricut. I much prefer the scoring wheel, so if you don't have it, I would highly suggest maybe grabbing one. It scores so much better than the scoring stylus. And I'll link it to the description for you. So I'm going to go ahead and just get all of these lines folded up. There is one spot where the fold is a little different, but I was able to manipulate it after the fact. Also having something to give you some nice clean folds will help as well, like an envelope, I can't think of the word right now, but, or anything that will just help you get those folds nice and clean. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this all going. Now, for this portion, this sits into this slot here. So you want to fold it in such a way that this stays up. This takes some, it's a little bit of a brain tease for my brain. Hopefully not for yours. But we'll get this going. Okay, so this sits like this, and we're going to fold this one upwards. There we go, we got it. This will also be folded like this. And just note, this is forgiving. So if you don't get it right the first time, you can just switch it around, which is what I did when I did my first one. Perfect. Now we'll get our photographs in. The little baby ones at the bottom. Now on to the tricky part. I highly suggest having that original one that I showed you up on your screen. It does give you some tips on how to get this together. So we're going to start off by putting the front of the camera on. These two pieces sit together like so. So I'll get that glued. Of course, I'm using the Barely Arts Precision Craft Glue, my favorite glue, and this is not sponsored in the least, but if you go to my Amazon storefront, you can grab it from there. You know, every little bit always helps with my, to provide you guys with these tutorials. It also dries clear, which is something I really, really love about it. So for instance, that little bit there won't show once it dries. Okay, we'll set that aside and let that dry. Once this part is pretty much dry, we're gonna stick this to here. I did this after I created the box, and I really wish I hadn't done it that way, and I wish I did it first. So we're gonna start off with that portion first. Tweezers, craft tweezers are also your best friend when creating projects like this. It just helps you move your pieces around when they're small pieces. Okay, now that is glued, this is going to sit here first. We're gonna get this part glued and then we're gonna work our way up. So add some glue here. And I forgot there's this little half circle here, and I always forget when I add the glue. So you just want to be sure it's all lined up nicely. Once it's in place, just get your finger back there and set your glue. Now, I did this last time with the Barely Arts glue, and I struggled a lot with it, but I don't think hot glue would be a good idea with this one. Add some more glue because I just moved it around. There we go. I can move this now. Yeah, I was saying, I don't think hot glue is going to be a good idea because of the fact that it's a bit of a, because it's a thicker glue, the line might cause like bumping almost, and I don't want that. I want it to be nice and clean, just like this. And the good thing about Barely Arts is it does take a minute to dry, so you have a little bit of time to fill around with what your placement was. So that looks pretty good to me. Okay, once that's there, I'm going to use this to just give it a push. Okay, so now we have that part glued. This part will get glued in here. So just like that. So I'm going to do this part first and get that going. Just put my glue, a little line of glue there. And it's like playing a game almost with this box, I tell you. Okay, there we go. Got my fingers in the right spot. And I'll stick. I really wish I had a lighter gray, but I don't, so we'll make do with what we have. So at the end of the day, you just want a glue that does not set right away, whatever glue that might be, so that you have the little time to get it to set and fill around with it. You may see how many times I've moved it around already, which is what I mean. There we go. Now this line here was folded the other way to match all the rest, and it was supposed to be folded forward. So you can see I did that, and it's really not that big of a deal. There's a little bit more of a crease, but it's not the end of the world. So we have that in place. Now this ultimately will sit like this on here. So now you have to get your brain to work a little bit, at least I do. I'm going to get the back part glued in. So we're going to get these two little tabs going. And I highly suggest just taking your time and doing this with the glue, because don't be like me. I can tell you, I threw glue everywhere and I was going crazy trying to figure out how to get this to stick or to be put together. So we'll do it like that. There you go. And it's failing me already, so I'll add a little bit more glue and try to get it back again. There we go. The thing is that you have to hold the inside as well. So that's where it gets, there we go. That's where it gets a little tricky. Now I have it all. Once that is set and you can let go, we'll do the other side. It's so strange because this Barely Arts glue, like I said, it takes a minute to adhere, for the pieces to adhere. However, what I noticed when doing this project, it took a little bit longer than it normally does to adhere. And I think it's because I wasn't able to put enough pressure on it to get it to adhere. And that's why I'm using my tweezers now to give me some extra pressure. There we go. Actually, I much rather the way I'm doing this one than the last one that I did. But as we all know, the more you do something, the better you get at it. Just taking my time, letting this adhere. Any way you need to get it to adhere, please do. All right, and that looks pretty good. Now, this portion, like I said, this gets glued to this front piece here, like this. So I think I'm actually going to glue this part first, because I noticed last time after I did the sides, this wasn't flush with the cardstock and it gave me a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to do this part first to ensure that this is going to adhere with no issues. There we go. Now I have the ability to get in behind and ensure it's glued. Because of the angle, there's no way really to get a nice flush, get it like against the table or whatever to glue it. So that's why I'm having that problem. I also have this ruler that helped me out the last time. There we go. So now I have the pressure behind here to get it to stick. There we go. All right. That's pretty good. Now for the sides. So this is going to sit in here like so. Just like that. And let me tell you, this was no easy job to do. So I'm going to start off with this portion first. I think of that there, and this and this. So these three pieces here will hopefully work out for me. Tuck that in. There we go. Perfect. That worked out pretty well. Oh, there we go. So I'm just using all my fingers at this point to get this to stick here. There we go. And anywhere that's giving issues, just put another dot of glue and get it back down again. So you really want to have a good grip on this and ensure you're getting the glue in the spots you need it to be. And have patience, not like me. I think I might add a little bit of glue inside here. Okay, I think that's pretty good right there. And then I'm going to add the glue to this flap and get that stuck as well. I think this flap, the glue on this flap will help this little corner too, since it's giving me such a headache. And then we'll turn around and do the exact same thing on the other side. So I would say the way I did it was probably the best way to do it. I did not do that the last time I created this, so I'm really glad I did it again to show all of you how to do it, because it's working out way better for me this time. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Just add the glue. I think what the problem is too is that it kind of like almost indents the cardstock, almost does that. So that's also causing issues to stick. All right, that looks pretty good. Add our last bit of glue on this side. So I would have to say I really do prefer the Barely Arts glue over the hot glue gun. I don't think I'll ever use a hot glue gun on this. I don't think it's going to give you the clean look that you want, but I mean, I could be wrong. Please do try it out. Leave me a comment if you do and let me know what you think. Okay, looks pretty good. And there you have it. I crushed it by accident, but it is complete. Your photographs actually do fit in here by going like so. So you could add a little something here. You can add words. As you may have seen, there were some other options there where you can write, you know, memories or something on here just to kind of finish it off. But once you pull, your photographs come out. How adorable is that? And there you have it. So we now know how to get this guy together. I actually know how to get it better, get it together even better now. When I first did it, I was really just trying to glue all the parts at all the times, and that was a bad idea because it didn't work out. But now you can see how simple it is by just working from the bottom and making your way up and then to the sides. The photographs, of course, so easy to create, to slice out of photographs that you have. And yeah, how adorable is this? It's a cute little keepsake for that special someone, or for a birthday gift for that special someone as well. It would be really adorable, and it's a cute project nonetheless. So I do hope you give this a try. If you do, let me know in the comments what you thought. How frustrating was it for you to actually put the pieces together and get them to glue and to actually stay glued? And yeah, I hope you enjoy this project. If you did, as always, don't forget to give me the thumbs up. Hit that bell button so you're notified when I post new videos. And if you haven't already done so, don't forget to subscribe. I hope you're having fun over here at DIY with Melissa. Until next week, have a fabulous week ahead. Happy crafting this week. Take care. Bye now.